biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. Life gives you lots of chances to screw up, which means you have just as many chances to get it right. Your future self is watching you through your memories. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. An ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. Your wound is not your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. We must all face the choice between what is right and what is easy. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. He who fears he will suffer already suffers because he fears. The trouble is, if you don't risk anything, you risk more. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. There are two ways to do things, right and again. The only difference between stumbling blocks and stepping stones is how you use them. You are lonely not because no one needs you, but because you care about who is next to you. You can't let your failures define you. You have to let them teach you. As long as a word remains unspoken, you are its master. Once you utter it, you are its slave. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. Often, it isn't the mountains ahead that wear you out. It's the little pebble in your shoe. We all love ourselves more than any other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Knowledge will give you power, but character, respect. Sometimes one day changes everything. Sometimes years change nothing. Don't tell your friend what your enemy shouldn't know. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goals. Letting go means to come to the realization that some people are a part of your history, but not a part of your destiny. Discovery consists of seeing what everybody has seen and thinking what nobody has thought. You are always one decision away from a totally different life. The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it. The only way to have a friend is to be one. Nothing diminishes anxiety faster than action. Every man is guilty of all the good he did not do. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan, and what they have planned for you is not much. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. We do not remember days, we remember moments. You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. Just because your path is different from others doesn't mean you're lost. Every time you are rejected from something good, you are redirected to something better. Realize you cannot control everything or everyone, but you can control yourself, and that's even better. Just because things could have been different doesn't mean they'd be better. When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Remember, some of the best times of your life haven't even happened yet. If it keeps you happy, keep it quiet. Know your worth. Never put yourself in the bargain bin, or that's where others will value you. The magic you are looking for is in the work you're avoiding. Sometimes, when you're in a dark place, you think you've been buried, but actually, you've been planted. Once you realize your value, you will be greatly surprised at what you used to settle for. The best thing I ever did was stop telling people what's going on in my life. Before you talk, listen. Before you react, think. Before you spend, earn. Before you quit, try. Many people don't like you, especially if they see you as a competition. Always listen to your gut. Somehow it knows many things that you wouldn't expect. Rule your life with your mind, not with your feelings. Every bad decision we have made in life, there was more emotion in it than there was mind. Every single one. Overtrusting, betrayal, masturbation, loss of energy, stress, hair loss, overthinking, depression, saying no, important, revenge, ruining your own life, observing, increase in wisdom, forgiving, healing, letting go, peace of mind. You cannot convince people to love you. No one will ever give you love because you want him or her to give it. Real love moves freely in both directions. Don't waste your time on anything else. Spend your money on the things money can buy. Spend your time on the things money can't buy. Life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. Time truly flies. Be grateful always because it can always be worse. Live like there's no tomorrow and do what you love. The money will flow. Chasing the opposite sex and having temporary relationships, which means nothing but sex, is pointless. Know your worth. Never put yourself in the bargain bin, or that's where others will value you. If it can be fixed, why are you complaining? If it can't be fixed, why are you complaining? If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. A private life is a happy life. Sometimes it feels better not to talk at all about anything. Don't say yes to everyone to make them comfortable. Check with yourself too before you commit. Every person has three faces. Firstly, the one we show to the world and strangers. Secondly, the one we show to family, spouses, and close friends. And thirdly, the one we show only to ourselves. There is a healthy amount of distrust to have in everyone. Nobody's intentions are truly clear, even after being stated. You aren't crazy. You're intelligent. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing a poor hand well. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and its life will not get any shorter. Happiness doesn't diminish when you share it. At first, you choose a partner based on appearance and enjoy it until you realize that your children will be raised not based on appearance, but based on values. Learn how to say fuck it and mean it. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. You can always earn money. It's not a big deal. Your world is not going to end because you don't have a fixed income. Something else will work out. Your friends want you to do good, but not better than them. Rest don't care. The average of 5 is real. If you really want to know someone, look at the 5 people they talk to the most and spend the most time with.